While on Battle of BC7, he got 17th, 7th place at Genesis X2. So it's interesting to see what could happen here specifically, because Doramigi has been on an absolute tear lately, and Tweek has been struggling a little bit to get those top level placements.
Getting into it, game one, Tweek versus Doramigi. I am really not sure about how this is going to go, but I suppose we'll see, bro. I'm looking forward to this.
All right, so far things are not looking pretty for Tweek. As he tries to recover, he starts suffering a lot from the pressure that Doramigi is able to put out at a distance, trying to catch him maybe on the 2-frame. Unfortunately, not being able to. The pressure still on, because Tweek has not been able to find a good opening, a solid footing for him to recover, to find ground, to stay alive for a little bit longer. 115% is definitely super scary, especially considering you landed on that up smash. Great stuff from Doramigi to get an oppressive and an absolutely crazy first stock on Tweek.
This is one of those matchups that I think is really volatile. I've seen Diddy Kong players talk about it, I've seen Min Min players talk about it. They both think that it's kind of losing for either one. Banana is transcendent against Min Min's arms, which is really good for Diddy Kong, but at the same time, Min Min can gimp Diddy Kong really well in what's supposed to be a really good recovery. Min Min, especially a character like Doramigi, like, Tweek is never going to be able to be safe off stage no matter how far he pulls back, because Doramigi will pull forward. So, I mean, so far, Tweek at a bit of a deficit, will be able to catch up with these aerials, these combos. Oh my word, 60% in an instant.
How comfortable is Doramigi in this matchup? I mean, he gets some matches with Ryo, right?
Yeah, he kind of destroys him, I can't lie.
Okay.
Like, most of the time, though.
Okay. So yeah, definitely Min Min, this Min Min in particular, has a solid footing against Diddy Kong. Of course, something that I did mention a couple times throughout the stream is that the melting pot is real, you know? So you have to adjust to different play styles. Tweek being a prominent of the Diddy Kong character is definitely something you have to keep in mind here, because they might play somewhat different to what Ryo has to offer. Just like that, both of them are gone. The rockets exploded a little too hard, and both of them got ejected.
Just exploded. Sure. Yeah, okay. That happened. Fine, fair enough. And now we're at a completely even stock count, but Doramigi currently in a little bit of trouble. Tweek really racking up the damage.
Just look at him go.
Bit of an awkward moment.
Yeah, Tweek feeling really comfortable, honestly. Racking up 100% in a second. And just like that, feeling actually extremely comfortable here at the ledge. Just holding a banana, dropping it to make sure to cover whatever Doramigi's option was going to be. But just in neutral feels extremely safe, extremely aggressive, and it's just working out for Gavin.
One more hit practically, and I reckon Doramigi's probably going to be out of this. There's the Doramigi double jump mix-up that you can see every now and then, but Tweek, smart enough to shield it. Spaces out the back air correctly, it's not going to do it, but Doramigi's still on his last 2 feet at the moment. How do you get out? Reacts to the neutral get up. Oh no.
Watch out.
Hang on. Hold on. He's just got back through by Min Min.
Yeah, still alive.
Ooh. That's awkward. Get out of there. Get back into center stage. Okay, the monkey flip being extremely useful in those situations. Can Tweek finish off his food here at the ledge? Can't react to the roll get up. Brilliant monkey flip. That's not going to do it, but
that's too close.
181 on Min Min. Heavier than Mega Man, by the way. Just to let you know of how heavy this character actually secretly is. Doramigi with the banana. I'm very worried for Tweek. Doramigi might be able to clutch this one out. Down tilt, not going to confirm it to anything, but the follow-up reacting to the double jump, that is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I'll say that is brave. That's just really brave from T. To be able to conserve your double jump in neutral in that instance and just go right in and punish Doramigi for jumping away, that is confidence.
Yeah, actually also, maybe Doramigi is suffering a little from the pressure that he was feeling. After all, he is a young competitor, so he's probably not
he's 15.
Yeah, extremely young, so he's not as well versed in terms of managing pressure. Because I'll be honest with you, Doramigi had a couple good opportunities to get that stock. I mean, Diddy Kong usually doesn't survive strong hits, and Min has a lot of them. I mean, the Megawatt, maybe even a Nair would have done it. A random up smash, we've seen that happen and work before, and there was instances where Doramigi could just rip one out. You know, an up smash maybe to try to catch Tweek. Of course, it will mean that you had to gamble everything, put everything on the line, and he wouldn't do it. So that's why Tweek takes game number 1.
The more that I think about how you were talking about all those like kill options that Min had, I kind of got reminded of the fact that this is a character that got nerfed, bro. Like, remember pre-match Min with all that shield damage? Like, bro. Yeah, and Doramigi being one of, I believe, one of the only very few players with Min that really brings the best out of this character, uses Min to its fullest capacity. It's so exciting watching Doramigi, but you've heard it all before. Like, Doramigi is such an exciting player. But I'll tell you who's more exciting right now. Tweek with the advantage state. Ledge trapping, holding that banana. X-Smash, not going to do it.
Wow, even though that didn't take the stock, he cleans his act up. Great stuff from Gavin, making sure that the banana is used to its fullest potential. Lots of pressure on Doramigi, who's currently struggling so much to get anything started. Yes, Diddy Kong is at high percents right now, but that doesn't mean that he's close to disappearing or losing that stock just yet, especially after just how much pressure Gavin is putting out on this Min, who's struggling so much to get anything started at all.
Yeah, Tweek is just playing at that brilliant, like 50% of the time you're seeing Tweek in usual against Doramigi is like diagonally above, just in that really awkward spot where you can't really throw out your arms unless you like go for a very committal double jump.
Right.
Or like some kind of Nair anti-air can work, but that can also get scary because if you miss it and Tweek air dodges it, you're in the air as Min and Diddy Kong is under you and you're about to receive a ton of damage. So Doramigi, I don't know, he just doesn't really have too much of an answer to the way that Tweek is playing his advantage state and just neutral in general at the moment.
Yeah.
Down to an up smash, just a little bit of damage, but a lot more that is needed to be able to catch up at the moment. Tweek, looking for the kill, manages to almost find a grab. Up smash out of shield, not going to work. This is Doramigi and it's scariest, but Tweek manages to okay. Sometimes you're going to get hit by that, and that's okay. That's just Min stuff that happens every now and then. You just got to time that right, but that's also Min having to time that right. It's almost like a rock, paper, scissors situation that you get at the ledge. Doramigi, obviously known for those extremely efficient edge guards, going all out there in terms of aggression. But sometimes Doramigi can throw out an F-smash at you at the ledge and, you know, do some of those, you know, some of the more stereotypical Min stuff that you do not like to get hit by.
For sure, you need to respect it. Gotta be careful here, especially because Tweek is looking phenomenal. That's a lot of pressure, a lot of damage quite quickly as well, despite the fact that things were looking quite even, both on early, well, no damage on their last stock, but quickly Tweek brought it back. Doramigi can still do the same. After all, this is rage that Min could take advantage of, especially if a Megawatt comes out, maybe, as I said earlier, a random up smash instead. Tweek is doing a good job at not only surviving, but also weaving and bobbing through the pressure that Doramigi is trying to put out.
Oh, the second arm connecting. Maybe a bit of a scary moment for Tweek there, but he's probably going to be... Oh! Okay. All right, it's cool. We're chilling. That was a little scary. Doramigi shaking his head. There was a hint of a comeback there, but Tweek managing to clutch up regardless. And he goes up 2-0, but it's a very shaky 2-0, I can't lie. Because Doramigi is showing a lot of signs of fight at the moment.
Yeah, he's not really too far behind, to be honest. I think Doramigi is doing a phenomenal job at keeping that gap quite close. Also, let's keep it
Tweek scratching his head. He is thinking. His ass is thinking right now.
Do you hear me? Oh yeah, they're fixing something. I was about to say the coaching. Yeah. Coaching is absolutely pivotal here. I mean,
we need to mention that.
Tweek is getting coached big time. Extremely important here for this matchup as well.
And yet again, we are going back to small battlefield. Very close quarters. So expect a lot of edge guarding in this particular set, which we've already been seeing a lot of. I'm just surprised that Doramigi wants to run it back to small battlefield every time. Because I feel like you could go for a bigger stage, but I suppose if you do that, that allows Tweek to really like monkey flip from, especially on stages like PS2. Tweek can just play like a really, really aerial game, which can be very annoying for Doramigi. Regardless, it's a very good start for Doramigi here. Second arm connecting, it's not going to kill Tweek. Somehow might just come back on stage. You really don't want to be Doramigi in these positions.
Yeah, so far struggling quite a bit. Now that Tweek gets that first game, it's looking really good for the American player, making it really hard to bring or keep that advantage at this point. They're so close to each other, at least in terms of percentage. It's not looking like anyone has a lead so far. We see Tweek with a somewhat of a more oppressive presence on the stage, but also Doramigi does a phenomenal job at answering and clapping back at Tweek's attempts.
Sorry for reminding, thanks for reminding us, chat. It is Tweek on 2-0 at the moment, as he took the first 2 games. Doramigi, though, definitely still not out of it at the moment. Manages to grab the banana. Game at a complete even. Manages to go down tilt into the dash attack. Brilliant coverage for the air dodge. Tweek still pushing. That's a very good forward air with the very late timing. It's just all these timing mix-ups that Tweek is presenting every time he drops down with an aerial. It's so intricate and precise, and yet it's still catching Doramigi off guard every single time.
Yeah, so far the pressure is still on because really Doramigi has the opportunity to deal massive amounts of damage here. Goes for a down smash because he knows that it will grant him a little bit of extra stage control. Still not out, going all the way
Brilliant
down. But Tweek was ready, of course. Nairs will keep him coming out until eventually one of them manages and allows Doramigi to take a very faint lead.
Something that a lot of people forget about Min Min. Ooh, suspicious, yeah. Something that a lot of people forget about Min Min, obviously Tweek doesn't forget, is that dragon-powered Nair is very strong. It is deceptively strong for how quick it comes out and how much of a nice round hitbox it has. Despite that, though, Tweek it. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, that was so close to greatness, bro. That was so close to cinema. And Tweek was able to almost wrap up the set there with a nice 3-0, but he's still a 129% lead. It's looking like he's going to be able to close this off unless we see a peak Doramigi moment.
Also, we haven't seen that in ages. The pyramid scheme, of course, it got patched, right? The infinite that Diddy could do with the banana. There you go.
There it is.
Great read, and that's going to be a 3-0, a well-deserved victory. An interesting one as well, because Tweek being seated 14 and beating Doramigi, who's actually seated up a little higher up. It's actually quite scary. We got Puerto Rico flag. Oh, there you go. It's no, that's not Puerto Rico. That's Dominican Republic. There you go.
But there you go. Tweek as he manages to progress through into winners, as he's going to find the winner of Shooton versus Pigna. So let's see how that goes. In the meantime, I believe just because we're going to get into our next game very quickly, we are going to switch commentators. That is going to be it from us for now. We thank you guys for watching. Please continue to watch. There are many games that are going to be streamed for the rest of the day. In the meantime, I've been Sean. I've been joined by the lovely Cirque. Any final words from you?
Final words, stay tuned.